Two huge storms are coming to the United States over the next few days, and both of these storms are going to bring big problems. This includes the risk of major flooding, even the potential for tropical storm to hurricane force wind gusts, beach erosion, and a lot more. So in today's forecast, we're going to break down exactly what you need to know about the weather that'll be impacting the United States over the next 7 days. And we'll begin with what's happening across the country today. And right now, we have a big storm forming in the southeast. This is actually a nor'easter that is forming, which is going to bring very high wind speeds and flooding rainfall over the next few days. And on top of that, beach erosion and even rip currents are going to be occurring from Florida all the way back up into southern New England. This is going to be similar to a tropical storm over the next few days as it continues to track off to the northeast. Broad area of low pressure is currently centered over South Carolina. This will intensify throughout the daytime today, and it will be reaching its peak intensity as we go into Sunday, with wind gusts as high as 70 to 80 miles per hour back up into coastal regions of New Jersey and southern New England. So this is going to be a big problem, and we're going to talk more about the specific details on this in just a moment. Now, back over in the west coast, we have a lot of moisture currently streaming from the Pacific Ocean. This is from the remnants of what Hurricane Priscilla was. We are expecting major flooding potential today and tomorrow across the desert southwest. A lot of that moisture is going to surge up into the central and northern plains, and we are also anticipating that all of this moisture is going to meet up with a low pressure system that is back over in the Pacific Northwest, and this is going to basically merge as we go into Sunday and Monday, and that's going to bring the potential for some big time snowfall across Montana and also southern Canada. Now, on top of all of this, we're also going to have very high wind speeds today, tomorrow, and Monday across much of the Great Plains and the Midwest, with even some showers and thunderstorms being a possibility. Now, for the next 7 to 10 days, the weather is about to get extremely active as we have multiple storm systems that'll be impacting the United States. So let's talk more about that. We're going to begin with our mid-level flow and our jet stream, and this is what it looks like right now. We got a big storm system currently located over the Pacific Northwest, very strong southwesterly flow all across the desert southwest as well. And what this is going to do is pull tons of moisture out of the Pacific Ocean and basically dump tons of rainfall across the desert southwest, and we could even see some historic rainfall as well. And then back along the east coast, we got a broad area of low pressure over the southeast, and then another area of stronger low pressure that is back over in the Great Lakes, which is actually going to bring some cold air to parts of Wisconsin and Michigan today. Now, as we go into tomorrow and Monday, we are going to see these two storm systems back over on the east coast basically merge into one, almost like the Fujiwara effect in a way, two low pressure systems just becoming one. And so this is going to form into a nor'easter as we go into tonight and tomorrow. While that's happening, we're going to have an intense low pressure system developing over the Pacific Northwest, and this is going to bring a mix of snow and also some showers and thunderstorms to parts of the central and northern plains. And on top of that, we're expecting high winds across much of the Great Plains in the Midwest on Sunday. Now, as we go into late Sunday night and Monday, we are going to have one big storm system back over in the northeast continuing to cause problems with high winds and heavy rainfall continuing into Monday morning. And then by the time we go into Tuesday and Wednesday, there's going to be yet again another big storm system back along the west coast. And this could cause some big problems in the Great Plains as we go into the middle and end of the work week. It's too uncertain exactly what's going to happen here. However, this is kind of favoring a potential for severe weather to make a return sometime around Thursday if we were to see a trough ejection over the Rocky Mountains. So we definitely need to watch this very closely as well. But overall, the next 7 to 10 days look extremely active, and I do not see the active weather slowing down anytime soon. Now let's put this into more simplistic terms with the future radar over the next 7 days. This is what it looks like today. We are going to be dealing with a nor'easter just off the coast of North Carolina and South Carolina. Very heavy rain bands will be moving into Cape Hatteras, even Myrtle Beach this afternoon, bringing the potential for flooding rainfall. High winds are also going to become a concern. While all that's happening, we got a big storm that is going to be forming all across the Rockies and the West Coast. It looks very messy today. We're going to have plenty of rain across the desert southwest, and on the flip side, snow is going to be falling in the higher elevations of the Pacific Northwest. As we go into late Saturday night and Sunday morning, that nor'easter is going to continue to crank along the east coast with heavy rainfall in the Carolinas, and really high winds are going to start to ramp up as we go into Sunday morning across parts of New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia. We'll talk more about how high the winds will get in just a moment. While that's happening, we got a big storm system forming in the far northern plains, and this is going to become a big problem when it comes to snowfall, because we are going to have the potential for a blizzard and a big winter storm in Saskatchewan and Manitoba as we go into late Sunday night and as well as into early Monday morning. And notice this, by Sunday night, we have a very intense low pressure system in far southern Canada dumping tons of snowfall again across parts of Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Very impressive for this time of the year. Might even see some light snow flurries in far northern North Dakota. As we go into late Sunday night and early Monday morning, evening, low pressure will be right centered over Delaware, and this is going to lead to more heavy rainfall across southern New England, which will potentially lead to a few inches of rain in some locations, and high winds will continue on Monday. And then by the time we go into Tuesday and Wednesday, that will start to move out, and then we're going to be watching the Great Plains again as we go into Thursday into Friday for another storm system that'll end up ejecting over the Rockies, and we'll talk more about that here in a little bit. Now let's talk more about the timing and the potential impacts that this nor'easter is going to bring. This is what it looks like this morning. We just got some showers and thunderstorms mainly offshore. The heaviest of the rainfall will be reaching Cape Hatteras early this afternoon, and we will eventually see that move inland across central and eastern North Carolina and South Carolina. This is really the corridor that I am keeping a very close eye on this afternoon and evening for the potential of major flooding. And on top of that, we have wind that is coming from offshore, and that is going to lead to some big problems when it comes to beach erosion, higher wave heights, and higher winds. We could have wind gusts as high as 60 to 70 miles per hour this afternoon and evening. Heavy rain will continue. A lot of it, I think, will stay offshore as we go into the overnight hours tonight into Sunday morning, and then some more of those moderate to heavy rain bands will be moving into many areas in Maryland, Delaware, and New Jersey. Luckily, it does look like the worst of this rain will be offshore, but we're still going to have enough rain for localized flooding to continue, especially in low-lying areas on Sunday. And then by the time we go into Monday, we will continue to see at least some scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms across the mid-Atlantic before things start to dry out on Tuesday. There are multiple impacts that this nor'easter is going to bring, one of which is the amount of rainfall. We are expecting the threat of flooding over the next couple of days, mainly in the coastal areas of South and North Carolina, with a widespread 3 to 6 inches of rain. Some localized areas could pick up as much as 10 to 15 inches of rain when this is all said and done. The good news is if you're back up into parts of the Northeast, it does not appear as if this is going to be as major of a nor'easter as we originally anticipated. In fact, we are mostly going to be talking about rainfall totals between 1 to 3 inches of rain. Some localized areas could pick up as much as 5 inches of rain, especially if you're back over near Long Island. And over the next 24 hours, this nor'easter is going to intensify. The wind speeds are really going to start to crank. Notice how the winds by this afternoon are upwards of 40 to 50 miles per hour just offshore of the Carolinas. Immediate coastal regions will be dealing with winds around 30 to 40 miles per hour when it comes to wind gusts. As we go into this evening, the winds will really start to pick up, especially from Myrtle Beach all the way back up into Cape Hatteras. We'll have wind gusts upwards of 50 to 60 miles per hour by this point. And as we go into Sunday morning, the winds are just going to continue to rip across South Carolina and North Carolina. Again, the immediate coastal regions are going to feel the worst of the impacts here. And then as we go into late Sunday night and early Monday morning, this is pretty concerning. The European model is outlining that there could be some areas near Long Island or even in Long Island that have wind gusts around 60 to 75 miles per hour. There is even a potential for wind gusts as high as 90 miles per hour overnight Sunday into Monday morning. And the winds could be strong all across southern New England and even New Jersey. So there is a threat here of power outages. There is a legit threat here, especially on Long Island. So make sure you are prepared for the potential of isolated power outages out of this particular event. It is definitely going to be windy though Sunday night into early Monday morning. Now on the other side of the United States, we got another powerful storm that is currently forming near the Rockies, and this is going to bring very high winds to the Great Plains as we go into late tonight and tomorrow. These are the peak wind gusts for this afternoon, dealing with around 30 to 40 mile per hour winds from eastern Colorado all the way through North Dakota. These winds will get a lot stronger as we go into Sunday morning across many areas from the Texas Panhandle back through Minnesota. Peak wind gusts could be as high as 60 miles per hour, especially if you're back over in western Minnesota. So there will be a potential for some isolated power outages. Sunday afternoon, things will start to calm down a little bit, but we're still dealing with a pretty windy day. If you have any outdoor plans, definitely be mindful of this. Luckily, we're not really talking about much in the way of severe weather or really even that many showers or storms, but there will at least be some isolated showers and storms in this region, which we'll talk more about here in just a moment. And as we go into Monday, the wind really calms down across the Great Plains. Now, this storm system is going to be impacting over a dozen states across the Great Plains and all along the West Coast, but really the worst of the impacts will be across the four corner states, as we are going to be dealing with heavy rainfall today, tomorrow, and even into Monday into Tuesday across Arizona, Utah, Colorado, and New Mexico. So definitely be ready for the potential of localized flooding. I do think that there is a risk that is going to be running with this storm system where we could see the threat of localized areas around 5 to 9 inches of rain. If we were to see any places over 8 inches of rain, that is pretty close to historic for this area for this time of the year. Now, in terms of total rainfall accumulation between now and Tuesday, most areas will be picking up around 1 to 3 inches of rain, primarily west of Denver, Colorado, west of the mountainous regions. Back into central and southeastern Arizona, back over near Phoenix, we could pick up around 2 to 4 inches of rain. I do think that there will be some localized areas that'll pick up as much as 4 to 8 inches of rainfall here in very extreme southern Arizona and extreme southern New Mexico. On the flip side of things, our temperature roller coaster will continue for some of you as we go into this weekend and early next week. Above average temperatures are currently dominating the Great Plains, but we will get a shot of cold air as we go into late Sunday night and Monday across the Pacific Northwest, primarily though for Montana and the Dakotas. This will really not make its way very far to the east or even down to the south. So if you're back over in Kansas or Illinois, you're not really going to feel much of a difference out of that. As we go into Wednesday and Thursday, a shot of cold air is likely in the northeast. This could bring more freezing temperatures, and then along the west coast, below average temperatures will continue there as well. And then by the time we go into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it is going to be pretty much a mixed bag across the entire country. Some of you will be above average and some of you will be below average, but there's no major signs right now of either Arctic blasts or even big heat waves on the horizon. And the tropics are beginning to quiet down again. Tropical Storm Jerry is no longer expected to become a hurricane. It will be turning out to sea over the next few days. And then a new area of development back over in the main development region. This is not forecasted to get near land at this time, but if anything changes, we'll be the first to let you know. And as always, thank you all so much for watching today's forecast. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below. Our next video will likely be tomorrow, Monday, or Tuesday, so click the bell icon so you're notified with the latest updates. Also, we'll likely have a big announcement either tomorrow or Monday. Make sure you're following us on all of our social media platforms on Facebook and Twitter, link down below, and we'll see you guys all again in the next forecast.